Steve Keaton's gone. Oh, we'll do that at half time, after half time. I'd like to say something about Stevie Keating.
It'll be interesting because we've only got two umpires today, and that'll be something different. The ball in the air, down to ground, and we're underway as Inverleigh break from the centre. First up, they've done pretty well. They've got the ball through the agency of Nelson towards centre half forward. Whistle on play. Free kick goes to Inverleigh, and it's Matthew Carr on the left foot. The lead, well, I'm not too sure where he was kicking it to, but it's now at full forward for Inverleigh. Very quickly into attack, and take that back. Clayton's back in the middle. He's got a lookalike in the forward pocket, but there we are, right at the full forward position. Carr for Inverleigh gets the tap, and it's kicked out very quickly now. The man in question, Clayton Trotter, has taken a mark inside forward 50. The lead has come from full forward. Great pass, great lead, and great mark for Reece Millard. Man on the mark, 40 metres from goal, near enough to directly in front. I would have thought in the reserves this might have been slightly against the breeze, but it'll be interesting to see how this kick goes from Millard. A very quick start here for Inverleigh.
Out to the left.
So Millard moves in. It's a good-looking kick. They're trying to con the goal umpire.
No, it's a goal.
Come back. It is a goal.
It's a goal.
That's for them. Can't see Dale. He's in the box there as it comes down again. North get the tap down this time, and it's kicked wide towards the western side here of the oval. It's forced over the boundary. Young Hollands, you're right, doing the ruck work for North Geelong, Grubby, so good call there. He's pretty light, but he's very competitive. Stacks on the mill, ball going absolutely nowhere. Umpire will come in. Whistle on play. Okay, I'm in a bit of a quandary. There's a number 12 rucking for Inverleigh that I haven't got on my sheet, so we've had one put over us, I think. But the ball now, Inverleigh again, in possession through a Perrott. Goes towards half forward. Good contest there. Ball comes to ground. North Geelong in the van, but stolen from them by Carr. He goes towards full forward. Numbers with North Geelong there, but Inverleigh, I tell you what, they're really switched on here, Grubby, and looking good at this stage as Carr dives on the footy at centre half forward. Comes out, and ball now kicked along the ground for Inverleigh. There's a whistle on play, and well within kicking distance, 35 metres out. Left footer. He keeps it low, and that one is the might have snuck in again.
That's a goal too. That's a beautiful kick again.
That's a great start for middle. We've up they go. 50-50. Trotter at the base of the drop of the footy there. Gets the ball out. Not to advantage. Now the whistle, I think, would have to go to North Geelong right. Tackled high. No, the free kick hasn't gone to right. It's still North's free kick. Not a good kick, however, and great interception there from Brumby. Fraser Brumby kicks it short. That's not good either. And North Geelong through Bryant have intercepted half-back. Mark not taken for North Geelong by Hollands. Good tackle on the footy by North. There's great, some of the small skills here. The smothering, the shepherding. Good even early in the game, but North Geelong there, can they go forward? They can't. Might have been dropping the ball, not said the umpire. He's had another chance there. The umpire has said the tackle was high. Has well, the game, the umpire had no control over it. They've played on, and they've been allowed to do that as North get to half forward. Series of handballs into the hand there of Fitzsimmons, goes towards the centre half forward position, comes to ground. Numbers here with Inverleigh in defence. They've flooded back, but North working very hard. They might be under pressure, Inverleigh, but Schulte, not too sure what to do with it, finally gets it out by hand, and they're away, Inverleigh, as they go down the outer side here of the Keith Barclay Oval. James Hybens is the ruck, and I've got that written down. I can't read my own writing, Grubby. Thank you for that. So we have the ball in now, outer side here at Keith Barclay Oval. Umpire allows play to go on. Players, they're working hard at the base of the ball here. Big stack of players over the footy. Umpire still lets it go. They get it out, and if that's the way they're going to umpire, that's fine. The players will know. Again, a bit like basketball at the moment. The ball hasn't touched the ground for 2 minutes. Now it's Hybens. Goes towards the centre of the ground. Good defensive play by North. Sees the ball at ground level, comes to right. He gets a handball. He's tackled. The ferociousness of tackling of both sides is intense at this moment as the ball now goes towards Briggy. Can't control the footy, chases at ground level, tackles a player without the footy, upset the umpire. Well, it's almost scrimmaging, and they're letting it go as the ball now kicked forward by Chapman for North Geelong. Not far enough though. Inverleigh now, whoops, they not too sure whether Hickleton accepts a handball. Goes towards the wing. Mark dropped then by is it Purcell? Should have taken that one certainly. And now North are back in again. Handball towards half forward. Good pick up by Hollands there. Handball quickly to Fitzsimmons. He hooks the ball around the corner. It's a magnificent kick from Fitzsimmons. 35, 40 metres out. Off
the fella too.
So up high. 50-50, Paramanov and Hybens. They shared that one. Comes to ground level, going through Matty Jones. I reckon he got one pretty high. Lucky to have Ed still on the shoulders. But he accepts the free kick. Goes out wide. Player on his own. And North crowd in the space through Hutchinson. Goes towards forwards 50. And playing from behind the forwards there for North. You know. So we got the ball out of bounds. 40 metres from the behind post at the northern end, to which... North are kicking. There's a whistle on play. It's going, I think, to Paramanov. He's going back as if to collect the ball, and that's certainly what's happened. So Paramanov for North Geelong has the free kick. He's fairly acute angle, only 10 metres in from the boundary, but he's about 35 from goal. So Paramanov now. Gee, it's a good-looking kick off the boot. It's a great-looking kick off the boot. In fact, that's the second goal. Hybens wins that tap, however. Trotter comes to ground, grab without the footy, then takes possession. Gee, they're hard at it. They're grubby in the middle. Both sides wanting the footy desperately, and still haven't cleared the centre circle. Still there. Umpire will blow the whistle. Going to come in and put the ball up. I was a bit worried there was going to be a free kick one way or the other there.
You never know these days with that dragging it in under the pack. You just never know.
So the umpire in the middle of the ground. Hybens and Paramanov probably benefited Paramanov slightly. Oh, high tackle there, surely on the ball now. It's a lovely looking kick to the lead at full forward. Gee, nearly a free kick infringing from the back to Blasio. In fact, this North Geelong defence without Matheson seems lost, doesn't it, Grubby?
A little bit today, yeah.
So the ball now at full forward for Inverleigh, but cleared away by Woods for North Geelong. But they come again, Inverleigh. It's a
bad kick.
Crackerjack start, the first 11 minutes and 2 goals apiece. There's a terrible kick on that occasion from de Blasio. And another one for Inverleigh. There's a lot of kicking under pressure and not too many clear possessions at the moment. There's the ball now. Handball straight to the Inverleigh player. Had a pot shot on the left. Missed everything for Inverleigh. Kicking to the city end. Thrown up high, or in fact wasn't that high, and Woods did the ruck work for North Geelong. Didn't get to the ruckman. Now Inverleigh try to get it back, can't do so. Handball over the top to Paramanov. Handball forward, and that's a better looking pass. Much better work for North Geelong. Comes forward, Muir, can't intercept, but he picks up the crumbs. Not a good kick from him, and in the way is Swenninson for North Geelong. There's a great mark stretching for North Geelong. It looks like Fitzsimmons again from this angle. It is. He's got Briggy now. Oh, that's a shocking kick from Fitzsimmons. If you're full forward, Rubby, you'd be having a word to say about.
Sooner or later, one side usually cracks.
Yes, absolutely. From the ball in Inverleigh, they emerge with the footy. Kicked over there. Numbers certainly with North Geelong there, picking up Jervis. He's immediately tackled and hard at the footy, both sides. North, can they get it clear? Over the head to Fitzsimmons. Another handball to Swenninson. And now he, with a skimming, it's a better pass. Unfortunately, the holes were filled by the Inverleigh players, and Purcell takes a defensive mark. Hickleton now, long kick to the centre of the ground. Numbers certainly with North Geelong here as ball comes to de Blasio. Accepts the handball. That's a better kick from him. Unfortunately, it's gone straight back to Hickleton. Hickleton now. Where's he going to go? Has a bounce. Nobody coming at him. Now he kicks long through the centre half forward. Only North Geelong players there. And mark taken by Woods once again. He finds a teammate in Andrews. Andrews for North. goes wide. Lovely looking kick. They've created the loose man here at North Geelong, and they're away as Parker has a bounce, goes to 50, long to full 4. Fitzsimmons got the drop on his opponent. Nobody tagged him, just waltzed in and kicks his second goal for the quarter. All too easy on that occasion. 3 goals, 18 North Geelong. 2 goals, 12 Inverleigh.
Almost in the corridor. If you're gonna have to do that, get it out to the boundary.
Yes, in the ruck this time, Hollands gets the tap down, only as far as Trotter. Hybens comes in to support. Ball spills out. Umpires allowing them to try to get the ball clear. It's not going to happen, I don't think, now. The whistle on. North leading Inverleigh. Up high, Hybens. Great tackle, a tap down. Oh, Muir twisted and turned out of one tackle into 2 others, so he found himself in a bit of bother there. And the tackling for on that occasion, and the free kick to Inverleigh. Gone through a number of players. Prendergast at the back. Can he pick it up? He can, but he's immediately tackled. Can't get clear. As coming in to help is Gillett. But North Geelong strong in defence. They're working hard as they try to get the footy out. Handball goes astray, goes to Prendergast. He kicks toward goal. Only person there is Hutchinson. Takes the mark. Here go North. Switching the play, opposite side of the ground. Andrews, long kick to centre wing. Fitzsimmons in front. Oh, magnificent defence by Ling. Punches the ball clear. Inverleigh back in control of the footy. Goes to a 2-on-1. North with the numbers again. Hutchison at ground level. Picks up the crumbs. Not a good kick, and experienced player should have done better than that, I would have thought. But I guess, as Grubby said, the pressure on the game is enormous at the moment. Fitzsimmons tries to crash through the pack. Can't do so. Umpire, will she ping him? No, whistle went to the bounce. Adjacent to our broadcast position. 16.5 minutes gone. First quarter. Trotter. Oh, tackle high. Umpire did see it. Took a while to blow the whistle, but Clayton Trotter now switches play back into the corridor. That's probably good play if it comes off, as Purcell, long kick to half forward. Player tackled before he got the ball, really, but now it's Stacks in the mill. No prior opportunity.
Got off to a good start, and they need another one now just to settle themselves.
So the ball comes to ground from the ball up there. Now a big pack of players, and gee, the ferocious defence of North. Umpire asking the play.
Oh, no.
Now, who's it against?
It's against the Inverleigh. It'll go to North Geelong. Geez, there was 8 blokes on that. I don't know who dragged it in. But
Garrard was on the bottom, and obviously it was free kick. Trotter did well, did very well. Gets clear. Unfortunately, the highlight didn't work, and it's forced over the boundary line.
Great defence by Hutchinson.
Hybens now used his body to get the young fellow out of there and gets the ball to full forward. Numbers with mistake by the North defence. Ball handball back. It's gone to Hylett. Chris Hylett on the left foot. I think he might have kicked his second. He has. So that's here
today.
So Hybens rucked all the quarter so far. Clearly won that tap down. Muir, great tackle. Gets a handball clear, however. Brumby, shocking handball from him, intercepted by Eels for North Geelong. Now the defence, Ling had the footy, dropped the footy. Now it's turned over to the north side, but kick marked for Inverleigh. Just backward of centre, looking now for Trotter. Gee, he's got 2 to beat, and he does it well. Magnificent kick, well weighted. And Clayton Trotter, between 2 opponents, has taken the mark. That needs to be a good kick as well, and it is. So the experienced players, Hylett, kicker of the last goal, long left foot kick to full forward.
There's a push here, is it?
Saw that, and you did well, Grubby, because the forward, Prendergast was in front, and clearly 2 hands in the middle of the back, I would have thought. Prendergast 30 metres out, directly in front. Can he put Inverleigh? He's put him in front, but that may well come back to haunt him at the end.
Some of these players with the extra skills will come to the fore, but right at the minute, it's very, very hard and tough in there.
So the ball kicked to himself for nearly a great mark, Paramanov, but can't bring the ball down. The North Geelong player Stacks on the mill. Pretty ordinary was Clayton Trotter. He got the free kick. I don't know how that came about.
Oh, well, I do. Everybody's entitled to a mistake.
Oh, okay.
And I think the umpire just made one.
Oh, fair enough. And the ball now for North Geelong comes back towards the centre. Trotter in the way again. takes the mark. Terrible kick from didn't look at all and just sprays the ball to Andrews for North Geelong. Goes middle of the ground looking for and finding Parker. Parker plays on quickly. Now they're running north, and this is, I'd suggest, a bit more like they were last week. Fitzsimmons, long kick to the lead of Briggy. Briggy, unfortunately.
There, Briggy, when he didn't quite get the ball for the third or fourth time.
I think the delivery's not good to him, Grubby, is it?
No, it's not. Not at this stage, anyway.
In a moment ago, we'll do it all again now as the ball was forced back over the line. We've got Paramanov and Hyben. Not a good throw-in, and at ground, Hybens does well to pick it up. Muir immediately tackle, and that's one of the...
well, there's a free kick.
Now, what's happened?
I just got a funny feeling
with the free kick, basically at fullback, and we're away again. Not a good kick over the head of all players. Parker first to recover, but can't pick it up. Inverleigh, a nice little passage of play. Handball looking for Trotter, goes astray for Inverleigh, and North Geelong back in control of the football. And that's a lovely kick. Oh, on his own, back of the pack on that occasion was Hutchison. Goes goalwards. Nobody in the goal square.
Missed.
Unfortunately, he's offline.
4 straight apiece, shouldn't they? They both missed easy goals within 5 minutes of each other.
Very good point. As Hickleton to kick in on this occasion. Goes pretty much straight down the ground. Hybens underneath the ball. Gee, the bounce of the ball was ideal for Inverleigh. As a second kick, and it's now at half forward for Inverleigh. 2 on 3 numbers with North Geelong at half back, and the Inverleigh player is coming off looking a bit fatigued for Inverleigh, so he's worked very, very hard so far in the quarter. Ball back to the middle of the ground. Trotter taken off him on this occasion. Hutchinson again. He's a pretty good player, doing well early. Gee, numbers 4-1 against Briggy back there. And, they've thrown the ball, I think, when I used to play footy, but umpire lets it go. Schulte picks it up. Terrible kick, almost picked out opposition player in Miller. Now Inverleigh. Handball to Chapman for North Geelong. Gee, Briggy, almost, but can't quite pick it down. Oh, toe off the ground, picked up in the goal square on that occasion, but I couldn't pick him up. Was it?
You can't afford to do that.
No, certainly cannot. So in the air once again. Hybens dominating the ball ups, and not a good kick on that occasion by Nelson, but it is half forward. Gee, there's a chance. What are they going to do? Handball over the top. Need to bounce. It's
beautiful football.
So Matthew Carr running into the goal square, accepts the handball. So in the air again. Hybens tapped down, but North Geelong doing their own roving there. But, ball comes over the top for Inverleigh. They've got the clearance again. It's, the boundary umpire nearly took a mark there as the ball comes towards our broadcast. Brumby, I think. There's the ball about to come in once again. Ruckman do well there. Oops, straight through the legs of the Inverleigh player as the ball dropped, and that's a good decision. That was Brumby who dropped the footy there. And free kick North Geelong in front of our broadcast position. So nice looking kick from Raimondo. Oh, there's another whistle on, and perhaps tried to use his experience, but the ball now back to towards half forward for Inverleigh. Took away handball, doesn't come to anything because Hollands intercepts for North Geelong. Now we've got one umpire's paying hold on the ball, now there's not. That's the interesting aspect.
They drag it in and the other one doesn't. I'm not too perturbed just yet.
So the ball in the air heads toward the boundary, but picked up there by Garrard, immediately tackled. Well, I don't know where he
thought it might have been, but no, North Geelong for a free kick.
Well, they've given it the wrong way. So, however, the game continues, and now it's out of bounds, half forward flank, and that one wasn't right. But now the ball, good throw in by the same token. Now there's a whistle on play. It's a ruck infringement. Advantage paid to. Fitzsimmons over the top to, was it Hutchinson?
It was, I think, yes.
And Hutchinson has kicked his first player running with them. So we're in the middle once again. This time clear knock by Hollands on that occasion. Straight down to right. He goes towards half forward. They go pretty wide. Briggy, in fact, is there. Well, if he kicks that goal, that is absolutely unbelievable goal. Look, if I've got to describe...
Team player.
That's true. So in the middle. Again, tapped down by Hollands. He's doing well now with Hybens off the ground, or certainly out of the ruck. The ball comes to ground level. right for North Geelong, goes towards half forward. North, Inverleigh defence now working overtime. Handball, oh, that's a straight push in the back by Nelson. Umpire didn't see it, blindsided. And Stacks on the mill. It'll have to be, oh no, the ball's come out. Don't know how, but it did. Heath for North as the siren sounds. 31 minutes into the quarter. The siren has sounded for quarter time, and the scoreboard reads North Geelong 6 goals, 1-37. Lead Inverleigh 4-1-25.
Geelong Werribee's always better conditions weather-wise, as we know.
I've got to say that, yep. So here we are, the ball in the air for the second quarter. We're underway. Hybens again. He's been dominating when he's been in the middle and gets the ball down immediately. Great pick up there for the Inverleigh side by Brumby. Goes toward full forward.
Oh, beautiful
Gibbs.
Use of the body.
Very good, and that showed his experience. Gibbs, as he loves skimming past, has found Heath. Heath now, well, not a good handball, but they've got away with it, North, as they now go immediately strongly to full forward. I see the player is Eels that's running with Trotter in the middle of the ground there, Grubby. So now at the ball at centre, half forward. Oh, there's a whistle on play. Who was on the bottom of the pack?
Well, he did drag it in, and that's a correct decision. He dragged it in, and he never made a proper attempt to get it back out.
So Zach Hickleton it was, and the ball has been taken for North Geelong. That looks like Raimondo to me. Long left foot kick from 50, gets the distance, but not on line, A behind. So first score of the second quarter, and it's gone to North Geelong. They go to 6-2-38. Grubby.
Yeah, very, very quick. They run it off half-back line. Some beautiful play by Gibbs, using his experience and his body to out-bustle his opponent.
I must confess, the first time I've called him in the game so far.
Yeah, it is.
But a very good player, as we've said earlier. From the kick in, Inverleigh struggling, get the handball to Muir, can't handle the footy, under a bit of pressure in there, and North, they're certainly putting the pressure on in the forward half here, and well, player, I don't know, I would have thought that might have been a free kick one way or the other.
Dropping the ball or in the back.
Yeah, Nelson went to go. Now we've got Keith Barclay over. I keep wanting to call it Osmond Park, I'm afraid. Old habits die hard. Fitzsimmons takes the ball, tackle high. No, said the umpire.
Decision, young lady.
Yeah,
Great decision.
Doing very well. Hybens again, gets the tap down from the middle. Ball goes to Hickleton at half back. Not too sure what to do with. Dodges one opponent and gets around Miller on that occasion.
Great effort, Miller.
So, but the pressure that Miller put on has created a real contest on centre wing. Ball, Brumby falls over. Clank, this time on the seaside of the ground here. Ball comes to ground. Hybens beaten on that occasion by the young fellow. Trotter gets the footy. The handball is not getting them out of, well, it has that time. Inverleigh, they've got the ball to centre wing and have taken the mark just backward of the wing itself. Now the long kick goes towards half forward. Gee, numbers are back there. North Geelong getting back and filling the gaps, Grubby, very well at the moment.
They are, and that's where they're getting their attack and their run from, off the half-back flank.
So the ball now in dispute just outside the 50. Well, in fact, it's almost in the centre square. Half forward, flank forward. Inverleigh kicking in this second quarter to the northern end as North Geelong affect another interchange. Brady Watts haven't seen on the ground, and I just wonder whether he's 100% fit, because I would have thought Brady Watts coming on there, Grubby, would have perhaps played on Muir.
Yeah, well, normally he probably would have, I thought.
So he's come on for his first run as Inverleigh take the footy through Hickleton towards half forward. There's a controlled kick looking for Muir, found him, handball quickly. Ball goes, oh, Mark, you should have taken, young fella, but not to be. As Prendergast put that one down, would have been a scoring opportunity. It's deep in the forward line for Inverleigh. Ball spills, now North. They've created the loose man. Goes toward the lead of Watts. Watts, can he pick the footy up? Trotter, the old and the young. Good play, Trotter, handball quickly, but his teammate there, I reckon Hill was just about gone, but no. And again, Watts, he butters up second time. Great effort. High tackle, Trotter. Free kick has gone to Hutchison. So Hutchison of North Geelong, don't give it away, son.
A little bit careless by Trotter. Then he had the option of tackling him correctly, and he decided against it.
Well, I think he was going to make sure he didn't get away, Grubby. That was what it looked like to me. As the ball now, deep in the forward line for North Geelong. Well picked up by Jervis. Handball across to, well, there's two Jervis, and goes to Briggy at full foot. Oh,
he's nearly done it again.
Nearly a miraculous. Kicked off the ground, Briggy. It is a...
Concentrated on holding them for a while. Scorer's not that much at the moment, but just holding them for a while and keeping themselves in the game.
So the ball kicked into Muir at centre half back. For Inverleigh has taken the mark. Goes out wide. Hybens takes the mark. Will he play on? No, he's going to stop. Maybe that's Inverleigh's game, Grubby. They've got to run on from here, not just stop and wait.
Watching them last year, that was definitely their game. They're not quite doing the same game plan.
Yes, they're not prepared to run. There's an uncontested mark at the finish by Woods for North, and they're away. They're going to switch the play. Where are they going to switch it? Nice handball out wide. Has found Andrews. Now they go backwards to Gibbs, and the experience, nearly came off, and but
they got a handball.
They've got away. North, they're under a bit of pressure here. The intercept was taken by Carr. Now the ball's in the goal square, and all too easy for Millard to kick his second goal. Should have defended down the flank here.
He did, because he did have plenty of options here.
So ball in the middle once again.
I think she's going to recall it, is she?
They're going forward, and of course all the Inverleigh players had run forward, so they're well out of commission. Paramanov now hooks it around the body, big long kick up high. Briggy doesn't seem to be playing with the same confidence that I've seen him previously. There's a handball to Watts, put him under all sorts of pressure. Ling, he can't hold the footy, and great work there by Jarvis as he tries to get it forward with a handball. The ball now thrown in, forward pocket. Roundhouse shot there from Paramanov, doesn't connect the footy. Now we've got Stacks on the mill, and we'll have a ball up. Half forward flank. Home at the minute, Grubby, don't they, North?
They do. But Inverleigh just tend to hang in there. They're doing it all right, but they've just got to be a little bit careful. They don't have an avalanche of goals here.
Yes, ball towards full forward for North Geelong. Trotter took the mark, I think.
Well, he realises that. That's why he's dropped back into defence now.
Yeah, and I think Chapman made sure he earned that. And I think Chapman and Hutchison were good mates. So I think there was a bit of payback there as the ball goes to Hickleton, half-back flank for Inverleigh. He chips it out wider. It's looks like the big fella Millard, a long way from goals down there. Chip forward, not a good kick, and intercepting there was Miller for North Geelong. He's a likely-looking type, but Inverleigh have done well. Came out with the football on that occasion. There's one you might have to check for me.
That's deliberate.
Number 14 for Inverleigh. If you check him, Grubby, for me, he's out there playing.
Number 14 for Inverleigh.
As it comes to Trotter now. It's a dangerous shot. Finds Ling over to Hickleton. They're getting themselves into bother with this short game in defence, Inverleigh, and they've got to change direction again. Ling out to Trotter. Trotter coming back into the corridor now. Can he find, and he does find Hickleton, but they're working very hard to get it out of defence. Hickleton's kick is better to Carr on this occasion, but handball intercepted. North doing well in defence as the ball now comes back to centre half forward. Number there certainly with, Inverleigh. Ball on the ground, Stacks on the mill. It's going to stay underneath a number of players. I don't think this one will come out.
What is worrying though, Brady Watts, as you said, didn't go on much in the first quarter, if at all. He's just come back off again already.
Just wonder if he's 100% fit.
I don't think he is.
I would have thought a kid of his ability would be out there as long as they could keep him. Yep. Inverleigh clear it across the face of goal again. Dangerous move. Lockie Hill takes the mark, half-back flank. Where's he gone? Oh, it's a terrible kick. It might nearly come off as a diving mark attempt by Garrard. He's
in trouble now.
He's run himself into bother as gets a handball. Hill didn't want it. Now he's handed it over, and North now on the turnover goes to Raimondo on the left foot. That's a shocking kick, and interchanging. It's probably a bit warmer out there than we thought, and players, when they're coming off, they're certainly sweating pretty profusely.
I think you'll find he won't stay off for too long, Eric.
No, I would think they couldn't afford to have that. So it's Nelson to Carr by hand, goes, and the ball comes toward the middle of the ground. Mark taken there for Inverleigh by Purcell. gone to a nest of 4-1 in favour of North Geelong, but Inverleigh at ground level, not a good handball, but they might get out of it. Oh, he didn't want it, Nelson, and he's turned it over because the numbers are now in the middle of the ground with North, and it's starting to get a little bit scrappy in this quarter, but the mark taken for North Geelong, this time by Aaron Jarvis. He's gone a long kick to goal, but it's offline and in fact hits the behind post. So play in 12 minutes North have had. You would have thought they'd have a goal, Grubby.
You would have, and that's why Inverleigh are doing a magnificent job at the moment. They're under siege, they're under pressure, but they're just holding them.
The interchanges as Watts again ready to come back on. Briggy, what's it? Oh, he picked it up.
This one.
He's missed that one round the corner.
They just can't get it onto the scoreboard.
So the ball now kicked in for, well, that's slipped. Lucky. The North Geelong boy slipped over and the mark taken by Perrott for Inverleigh. They've got it to the middle of the ground. Prendergast, free kick. At least took a mark, tried to play on. Now they're going to switch the play right across the ground. Now they're away. Which way? It's not a good kick again. Gee, well, I was going to say good contest, but why?
It's going to go the other way. Well,
with a shoulder around the neck.
Except for us, nobody's perfect, mate.
Gee whiz. Outside the 50-metre arc, half forward flank for Inverleigh, and against the trend of play, a goal here would be interesting for Inverleigh, wouldn't it?
Well, it would be almost heartbreaking for North Geelong with all the footy they've had to see Inverleigh come down and get one.
Pushed along the boundary for North Geelong. They're closer to centre wing there for the boundary throw in. Inverleigh pick up Prendergast, forced over the boundary line. Bounds there, more difficult to see, but we'll survive.
They're that far away I can't even see them through the binoculars.
Inverleigh player thrown to ground without the footy, but it's play on to the umpire. Now North Jones, little handball, and through handball, North have got it to the wing. Now they're clear. No, a player put down in Heath. The tackling's ferocious for both sides. Now there's a whistle on play. Free kick, North Geelong probably penalised them because they've gone back. Now they've got a chance. Big fella, Paramanov, can he pick the footy up? He can't.
Trotter, he's already back on. Sometimes it seems a waste of time going off. You don't get much of a rest.
No, that's right. See, Nelson, I don't think he's going to make it back as the ball now forced forward for North Geelong. Again, yet to kick a goal in the quarter, which has been very interesting. Oh, there's a dangerous kick back into the corridor to Ling. And they've got themselves in a bit of trouble. Schulte, he's kicked it over the top, looking for Hill, can't take the mark. And lucky for it's gone in the quarter. Ball thrown in, North Geelong, this time through Eales. Eales back to the corridor, and that's if you're in the forward half, that's where you should be. Eales follows up well, gets it by hand to Jones. He's tackled immediately. That's holding the ball, yes, said the umpire.
I disagree with that. I don't think he had any prior opportunity whatsoever.
Well, the upshot of it all is that Muir's picked the footy up, gone towards full forward. They're a long way from home, the forwards, as the ball is only just inside the 50-metre arc. And it's
well, one to Inverleigh, but... And yet the football's still good to watch.
Yes, Muir, handball. If he finds his mark, there's a chance. The handball finds its mark in Perrott, goes towards half forward. Again, the defensive numbers with North Geelong, 2-1, and makes the big fella's job in Millard very difficult. Numbers certainly win out for North. And Gibbs, a nice, comfortable pass, middle of the ground, take the mark. Now, Jones accepts a handball, long to centre half forward, reading it better than anybody else is Kelly. And Kelly for Inverleigh takes the mark. Goes out wide. Finds Ling a long way from the full-back position. Might not be playing there today. He's gone to centre wing, and that's a good kick. Finds a teammate out there in Muir. He goes forward. Now they're away, Inverleigh. Time for a bounce. The long kick towards full forward. Numbers there. Big fella in the middle of the pack. Inverleigh player that didn't know where the ball was. He was head down. The ball went past him. Inverleigh. Oh. Now there's whistles going. It must be the netball.
It's a bloody netball.
I'm thinking there's a free kick paid, but that's not the case. It's the ball now. Watts, can he get the footy? He does. Gets it just inside the boundary.
He's out
of bounds. The boundary umpire was in good position on that occasion.
Decision, son.
So, ball thrown in once again. Hybens. Watts has to do the ruck work. In fact, does his own roving as well. Gets a handball down, and that's good work from Wright. Goes over the head of his teammate there in Miller. He does well off the ground, Miller. Towards full forward. It is Porter. Inverleigh to bring the ball. They've got nothing to kick to, and this is perhaps Grubby where they're falling down. There's not a lot of position being made.
No, they're just kicking it to Pax. He's going to give a free kick here.
Derek Fitzsimmons is the recipient. So Fitzsimmons now from outside 50. Nice control kick. Unfortunately, it's offline. Will the mark be paid?
No, gone through.
So 1 Inverleigh, Buckley's Entertainment second quarter scoreboard. 20 minutes are gone, and
look, for all their dominance, they need to kick a couple of goals now, the Maggies.
They do in the last couple of minutes of the quarter, because
they might put paid to them.
So Hollands in the ruck from the throw-in on centre wing. Goes to Trotter by hand. His handball is not good. And North take the intercept. Handball over the top. Can they get someone there? Miller's tackle without the footy. Would have been a free kick, I would have thought, but not paid. So the ball's still in dispute at the 50-metre arc for North Geelong centre half forward. Umpire.
No. They are.
I don't know whether the teams have got the ability to get it out.
The tackling's too good.
The defence is enormous. From that ball up, it's Hickleton towards the centre for Inverleigh. Good pick-up by Carr. Not Carr, that was Gillett. Gillett the full forward. Almost a big mark from behind for Inverleigh. Not paid. Now the numbers. Gibbs finally over to Andrews, and the defence rock solid for North Geelong. Brady Watts should have taken that mark. He didn't. Now he's taps the ball out wide. That's better play. Fitzsimmons looking for the handball. Instead it goes to Miller. He can't mark it.
Great defence.
And it was great defence. Miller gets a good shepherd on the left foot towards half-forward flank. And the ball comes to ground. Unfortunately, pulled in by the Inverleigh player. What will the umpire do this time? No, ball up, and that's a good decision. No chance of getting rid of that.
Look, that's the hardest decision to pay in the game these days nowadays, and I think that both umpires are doing a pretty good job of it.
Yeah, they're going to make a decision on whether they've had an opportunity to get rid of it. Hybens does well, robes his own ruck work. Now gets a handball clear. Unfortunately, the ball in the interchange box for North Geelong. Hybens doing that. That's a good tap over the top of his opponent. That was Muir.
Oh, he missed the target.
The ruck work in front of us. Hybens. Well, no ruck work got near it. Muir, he gets a kick to nowhere, and gee, it's a game of defences. Now there's a chance. The ball out to Muir, went without the footy, over to Hybens. Hybens now, he's got to hit the target, and he does. Brumby.
Big man.
So Brumby now, what's he going to do? That's a better looking kick, but North defence.
In the back, put his hands on his shoulder.
So it is free kick in defence for North Geelong. They get pedantic, don't they? They get a free kick. They're an inch and a half outside of square, and they've got to go and take the kick again. So now they've switched to play, North Geelong. Now can they get something? Long kick towards the wing. Fitzsimmons has got 3 to beat. The ball beat. Only 1 goal for the quarter. Hybens, beautiful tap down, but straight to his North Geelong opponent at the back of the pack was Jarvis. Now the ball goes towards the 50-metre arc. What's the umpire going to do this time? No attempt to get that footy out. And Jarvis will take the ensuing free kick for North Geelong. Why he would go away out there, I would never know. So from the throw-in, it's come towards the boundary, which suits Inverleigh. Now back into the corridor, the handball. That's better play, Nelson. There's 4 North Geelong players to 1 Inverleigh player in the centre wing there. Bryant picks it up. He's dispossessed, which is a great work there for Inverleigh.
That's McFadden.
Have to get his name.
It's McFadden.
McFadden, is it?
Yeah.
Right. So Gibbs and another North Geelong defender compete for the footy in the marking contest. Andrews tackle high. Umpire
on the blind side.
It's one way or the other, and he paid neither. As the ball now down at Fitzsimmons at ground level. Now there's a whistle on play. Where are we going this time?
Going to the Corkers. It's going to the Hawks.
So Carr it is. I would think too far out for him to score from there, but at 26 minutes in the quarter, a very important kick. I would have thought that the big fella up there in Millard. Should be setting him to go for a big mark in the goal square. Carr kicked into the man.
He's going to run too close to the man to mark here.
Yeah, good call. And now it's turned over. Has the ball, North are away here. Fitzsimmons kicked it out wide. Raimondo is on his own, has one bounce. Goes towards the forward 50. It's a one-on-one there. Almost North Geelong mark. Where's Briggy? Not in the... Schulte tried to knock it out. Is it...
Well, that's got to...
Hyben's come back onto the ground and Millard coming off for a bit of a rest. But the ball now eventually thrown in, goes towards the boundary line. So North, you're right, if they're in the scoring position, if they're good enough, handball comes over. Inverleigh have got numbers back in defence. Can they use them? Yes, they finally got out to... their player goes towards centre wing. Big numbers there for North Geelong.
Well, she's pulled a free kick out from... She was not the controlling umpire then, but she's obviously seen something and decided to pay a free kick to North.
Yeah, so Inverleigh people not at all happy about that decision. The ball now at full forward for the North Geelong side. Briggy doesn't look to be moving all that well to me, and not happy as the ball goes towards the half-forward flank, other side of the ground. Oh, Nelson went without it, tackled head high. And he will get the free kick for Inverleigh. Maybe should have been 50 as well. Handball quickly to Hickleton. Hickleton now. He's gone towards the middle. Oh, great interception, Jarvis. He's done very well in the middle of the ground. Now the lead come from Millen. That's a better mark. Stretched to get... In fact, it's Chapman. Chapman now. It'll be interesting to see how he goes. I think he's a noted goal kicker. I suppose at training, Grubby, you would have 1,000,000 shots from 50 in front of the change rooms.
Yeah, not always with the wind in this situation and the pressure of a match day. This will be a tough kick. This will be a real tough one.
So Corey Chapman moves in. That's a shocking kick for a good footballer. No score whatsoever. So that is half-time.